I would, if I was a fan, I'd keep coming because there's just so much excitement. I mean, how can you not? I mean, who wants a boring old 10-point win when you can have, Heart Attack City every game? But I do think that that was one of those games that both teams, whoever ended up losing, was going to be kicking themselves because of all the lost opportunities. And it seems like sometimes you're just happy to be lucky because that's kind of what we were. We missed those free throws, and they still, my life flashed in front of my eyes when McKenna was at the rim with the game clock running down. So we'll just take it and, be thankful.
How important do you think it was to get one of these? Because after Wyoming, after Boise, if that pattern continues, where does it stop?
Well, I think it was huge, and I think it was one of the things that sort of helped turn our season around last year. Was we finally got some close wins against some really good teams, and in terms of how it works out in the conference standings, I think it's good because Colorado State's going to finish at the top. They're either going to be in the top 2 or 3, I think for sure. And so to have a win over that can help you if there's a tiebreaker situation, that sort of thing. And so we really needed to get a win over one of those top teams, and I'm thankful that we did.
It seemed like for a while there, after the lead started to dwindle, that mentality of let's tighten up, and you needed somebody to compete. And it seemed like Kayla Pilson was that person for a while. Did you sense that from her?
Oh, yeah. Kayla loves a challenge. And she's kind of doesn't think she did a great job on McKenna, and I'm trying to tell her she's that good, And what she does is she makes sure that the person who's supposed to be guarding her isn't guarding her. And she manages to get teams into that situation. So we'll have to rethink strategy next time. But I thought she stepped up. I thought Camry came back in, hit a couple hoops for us when we just could not we just could not score. We went through that drought in that third quarter where we just could not score. And we're not going to be a team that scores at the clip that we scored in that first quarter for 4 quarters. That was great, and thank goodness it happened because we needed every last bit of it. But I don't have illusions that that's going to keep up for 4 quarters, and we got tired. But I thought both teams definitely showed the effects of that awful turnaround of having to fly back, being on a bus at 5:45 in the morning on Friday and flying back from Boise and then practicing yesterday and then playing at 1 o'clock today. They also had a difficult turnaround. They had to come from New Mexico. And so you could see that both teams were a little fatigued. So the game wasn't probably as clean or as well played as 2 fresh teams would have played it.
What kind of relief was it when Madison hit that shot? I mean, obviously a lot of basketball was played after that, but at that time.
Well, we had it. Took us 3 tries. I mean, it was nice to win a game because of something we did on the boards instead of losing the game because of something that happens on the boards. That was definitely a new experience for us too, and I was just really happy to see. She's very little affects her except shooting free throws. That's why I was so shocked. She buries that 3 and struggled at the free throw line, but no, it was big. What can I say? I thought Milani's was going down. I thought Milani was going to end up with a big 3 again, and then hers missed, and then Maddie hit hers. So I'm just happy for them. I'm happy that we can have some of the dead spots that I think are inevitable with us playing as many inexperienced players as we're playing, because so many of the times we got mixed up on defense, that was just inexperience. That wasn't effort. That wasn't, kids not paying attention, or it was just inexperience. And they were throwing double screens at us and all kinds of stuff, and we just lost them. We just lost them a few times. So we need to work through those moments, and I'm thankful. I'm definitely thankful we can learn and still get the win. That was huge.
Do you think that your success in transition has helped? Like the game like this, they were just falling back. They were not attacking the offensive boards, which made no sense to me because of their size. But do you think that's a credit to what you guys do in transition, and maybe that helped you in another area now because of that?
I think it's their style of play offensively, which is that spread the court, 5 out, doesn't put their bigs around the rim, and it makes them tough to guard, no question. You also have to recognize they shoot a really high percentage. They don't expect to miss, and we were very fortunate that they were not hitting in that first half, and they were just not hitting. And then they started to hit some in the second half. I'm sure they'll hit more on their court. But for now, we'll take it.
Last year went pretty well on their court, as I
I know it did. So. Maybe we'll hit. I don't know, but they're talented. I mean, just it's like, who are you gonna pull off of to go double McKenna? Because 32 can hurt you, 2 can hurt you. 0, that one she shot, she was at half court. I couldn't even be mad at I can't remember whether Faith or Nikki was on her at the time because she was so far away. So they've got some guns for sure.
When you guys are in a game like that and you've had a couple of these slip away, how do you avoid that mentality of thinking, here it goes again?
I think we just all really don't want it to happen again, so we try to stick to the game plan as much as possible and make sure we don't make those tiny mistakes like we did against Wyoming. And yeah.
Tell me about your 3. I mean, obviously you know how big that was, but just kind of walk me through the moment.
I owe that one to Taylor Britt. She was on the bench behind me, and I caught it, and she said, "Shoot it!" So I shot it. Yeah, but
was there any hesitation?
No, not really. I don't know, actually. I was thinking about driving, and then I heard Taylor, and I was like, well, gotta shoot it, so.
How cool was that moment for you? I mean, you heard how loud it got when you hit it.
It was really cool, and it was nice to be hitting my shots again, so.
Yeah, was the game at Boise, was that almost like a homecoming type for you because you grew up not far from there?
Yeah, a bunch of my family were there. My hometown is about 4 hours from there, so it's the closest game in the conference, so a lot of people came to support.
So coming off of that, when you have that kind of pressure to come back home, what was that mentality like?
Try to do what I could to help my team this time. Boise, I didn't perform as well as I would have liked to, so I was just trying to help my team in any way I could this game.
And how big do you think this is, big picture, to get a win over Colorado State, go to 6-4, I think, now in the league? Like, just big picture, how important is this?
I think this win is huge for us. It gives us the confidence mostly that we can beat the top teams in the conference and that we can play with whoever we have to play with come tournament time.
So I want to talk to you because so many plays, you guys needed plays in the fourth quarter, and you were the one who found a way to make them happen. Like, do you like that moment? Like when you can feel your team needing just something and you're able to do it?
Yeah, I try to see what my team needs at the moment, and then I just go do it. Like that breakaway layup, I just stayed focused, and then whatever happened.
Now, it seemed like you guys were trying to not let that lead slip away as opposed to just competing for a little while. But you seem to be the one wanting to compete. Like, is that kind of your nature?
I don't think it turns off for me. I think I'm just, if I have a goal in mind, I'm just going to stick to that and do whatever I can. That's my mentality. So,
what was the defensive assignment like? Guarding someone who's that small and quick.
She's tough. Just try not to foul, especially. But I mean, I try to keep her going right instead of left, and most of the time she would pick it up, and we would get the ball back. So, I mean, that was just don't make her go left. That was the whole point.
And, can you sense how much, especially just the way the game went, how much your team needed this? What would another one of these kind of losses done to the team?
I mean, we would have learned a lot. We would have learned a lot of lessons and a lot of, running probably at practice. But, I I don't know. This was a good win for us, especially. I just think that we needed this win.
Okay. And last year, I know the mentality around this time of year was let's get that, top 5 seed and get the bye. Are you guys talking about that yet, or like what are the goals right now?
Yeah, we're trying to get a bye, same thing as last year, but we're just taking every game right now, step by step, and I'm just taking every game.
Are you going to start looking at the standings now?
Yeah, we are. I think right now we should be tied for. We should
Or is
tied
it top
for
6 that get the bye? I can't remember. I think it's no, it would be top 5 because then
top
they would have
5.
6.
Yeah, top 5. But yeah, I think we're tied right now for third. I think fourth, one of those. But we just gotta keep it going.
Cool. How's the season been for you? To actually finally have a full season, healthy and everything else.
Well, it's been beginning of the season I broke my hand, so coming back from that's been tough. I moved positions, but I've been trying to acclimate to that and just trying to do what I can for my team for us to win. So.
And what do you think your role is? Is it still kind of being defined, or are you just kind of the defensive stopper, and what you can do beyond that is bonus?
Right now, I want to be a defensive stopper. I think I have a lot more to my game, so we're just trying to figure it out. I think I'm really versatile, so I don't know. But tonight, I would say I did good on defense, but I don't know. I think it's still being defined right now.
And like last year's team kind of had that personality driven by all those seniors. Like, what would you say? What's this team's personality, or like who are the leaders on the team now?
Well, obviously the seniors have a big leadership role in our team, but I feel like everybody has input, and I feel like we all respect each other, so all of us just are leading the team right now.